Justice Kennedy is submitting. Now, we've run into the court to try to see if we can get a copy of this letter and confirm independently for ourselves. But the letter that's circulating is that Justice Kennedy has told the president he is going to respectfully notify him of my decision by effective July 31st this year to end my regular active status as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. He will continue on. He says, for a member of the legal profession, it's the highest honor to serve this court. Please permit me by this letter to express my profound gratitude for having had the privilege to seek in each case how to best know, interpret, and defend the Constitution and the laws that must always conform to its mandates and promises. Respectfully and sincerely, Justice Anthony Kennedy. So he did not make an announcement from the bench this morning. We're working on getting our hands on this letter for ourselves, but it looks like he is telling the president that he is retiring effective July 31st. He has been key, critical, instrumental in a number of key cases here. He has been the swing vote. He has been a huge advocate for LGBT rights. And in that, he has been one of the key architects of things like same-sex marriage opinion. He wrote that here. It changed everything across the country. He's often talked about the dignity of gay families and gay couples and the children they raise. He's been a huge advocate for that. But he didn't give it to us this morning. It sounds like we're getting it now. This fact that he wants to step away from the bench. He's going to be 82 next month. Sounds like he's ready to retire. This will open up yet another seat for President Trump. And now we officially have this from the court. This is the official confirmation. Justice Kennedy has today advised his colleagues he is submitting to the president a formal notification of his decision effective July 31st of this year to cease active status. Now, this can go a lot of different ways. We had talked about this last year, again this year. There's been a lot of pressure from folks on the Hill who wanted Justice Kennedy to step down in case the GOP loses the Senate this fall and is unable then to confirm more easily whomever the president would choose to nominate to fill Justice Kennedy's seat. This is historic. It is epic because he has been the key swing vote. It is likely if the president appoints someone, nominates someone, and they get confirmed who is in the mold of a Justice Gorsuch, it will actually have decades of implications for this court because Justice Kennedy was appointed, of course, by President Reagan. He was appointed by a Republican president, but had often gone with the left on key critical decisions. He was conservative at heart, but in key cases, he'd actually gone to the left. So now if President Trump gets to pick someone and gets them to the bench, with the Senate now having taken this down to a 51-vote threshold to get someone onto the bench, he really could shape this. If he takes somebody who is very young and very conservative and much in the mold of Justice Gorsuch, this really will last for generations beyond President Trump, whether he serves one term or two. This decision that he has now with this open seat, and we've seen the short list. He put two of them out before he picked Justice Gorsuch. We know some of the names that are in the mix. This is going to be clearly cheered across the board by conservatives and those who tend to be conservative legal scholars, because this appointment, even though it's a Republican president appointing someone who was appointed to a seat that was originally filled by a Republican president, it's not the same. Justice Kennedy's been a key swing vote, and this will make a huge difference in decades to come on the court potentially.